Girls here. Last time I showed you Retro and I showed you Faith. And I might as well show you Glory, the one that started off all this. So a while back, back when I was still living in Austin, I was like thinking about moving and contemplating. Basically, I got caught in a weird arrest where basically the cops decided to shoot my dog Z and I lost everything. And so this is the guitar that started it all in terms of believing I can do music again. So, sad backstory, I know. It's sad that the police would shoot your dog and everything, but hey, they could do whatever they want. But basically, this is the first guitar I was able to get after I lost everything. But let me see here if I can just try to clean this up here real quick. But this is Glory. I call it Glory because basically I figured that, it being the first guitar, this is my glory of rising up out of the ashes and stuff like that, and being able to accrue everything again after losing everything for protecting my son. Because essentially I got in trouble because I kept the officer from shooting my dog. And so, but they ended up killing my dog anyway. But that's how it goes. But yeah, this is Glory. Now, there's nothing special with this guitar. I found it in a pawn shop for 50 bucks. It literally didn't have anything in here. It was just a body and a neck. And I have a weird maple neck fetish just because I find it hard to find maple necks. Like, it was always kind of like you're always stuck with a rosewood neck. And, whatever guitar you want to, show and be like, oh, it was a maple neck, is beautiful. Whether it be Jimi Hendrix's, Woodstock maple neck Fender, or whether you want to go for the Kurt Cobain's Jaguar double humbucker maple neck. There's just something about the maple neck in itself that makes it elusive. So, but basically, this is Glory. From what I can tell, it's a piece of shit Fender Squier guitar, and I rebuilt it from the ground up, essentially. It's a 21 fret again. I keep this guitar and basically from C to E. I don't really change it out of that. I don't try to get down to B like I do with Retro. But Glory here will stay in between C and E. Currently, I believe it's at C sharp. 2 steps down from half steps, so. But basically, it's cool because it came with the double tensioners already on it. And I don't know why, being from Texas and, I was just kind of cool with the rust look and everything. And, I sanded on the headstock. This is actually glow-in-the-dark paint on top of this white. And then, I just Sharpied Glory on here. Because since it's a cheap guitar anyway, I was going to make it personal to where, you really couldn't get rid of it because it looked like someone destroyed it. But, simple guitar. I have had made plans thinking that I would put half-pound single coils in here if I ever needed to. And unlike Faith, all I did was take the covers off these pickups originally. It had the white covers on them, and I just took them off. I did order black covers, but they did not fit, weirdly. And even though it's Fender genuine parts, apparently the pickups I have aren't Fender genuine electronics. So sorry, guys. But your basic, volume, 2 tones. On this guitar, it's cool because this tone operates the neck pickup, and this tone operates the middle pickup. So that means your bridge pickup has like a true, full-on fucking tremble sound with it and everything. And so 5-switch. Again, like I said, I remember ordering the black kit with the covers for this guitar. It had no electronics in it, so this was another special rewire. Just like Faith, I've rewired it to my own specs, just as I've rewired this to my own specs. And like I said, I was going with this whole rust look, kind of doing this whole aged Texas barbed wire look. Being from Texas, or not being from Texas, but living in Texas. And and being a part of the culture here and the lifestyle, I figured I'd make this guitar in reminiscence of Texas. So which is why I've gone for this rusty barbed wire metal kind of look. Just something that looks like that was made in your barn and stays in your barn, essentially, was the idea. Has one of these neat little bridges on it. Kind of cheapo bridge, but nothing too crazy. Like I said, I try to keep them low. I don't really try to go crazy. accents. If you notice there, I got a little trick there where I've got that middle pickup set really low versus the other two, so all you guys can start figuring out why I do that. Ha 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 ha. But you know, the action's pretty low. You know, nothing too crazy. See if I can get this in focus on us for a sec. There we go. You know, the action's pretty low. Nothing too wild. Another C-shaped neck. As I was talking before, you can figure this out just by putting it in your hand, and it's the shape it makes around your index finger and your thumb. You can figure out what kind of neck it is. I do believe this is actually thicker than Faith, so this might actually be like a fat neck C. Even though I kind of like to use personally, but you know, it all comes down to fucking, do you like boxers or briefs? And as I said before, I like using the 7.3s or yellow pickups. Here I am sponsoring my Guitar Center on Yale that I basically took like 10 picks from. As I was saying before, if you got friends and they're musicians and you got extra picks and they come over to play, you're not really worried about the picks you don't like leaving your house, because then you're left with all the picks you like. This is my little ode to Texas in a way and our armed services. I figured I'd put on the guitar. You know, red, white, and blue, and essentially the guitar itself is red, white, and blue. It's minusing the red color, but these stickers bring in the red for the red, white, and blue. But, you know. But yeah, you gotta salute your veterans and first responders, man. They're the ones that save you, so, in a sense. But I do believe it's important to vote, so if you don't, you're kind of just allowing yourself to get fucked in the ass, you know? And then, since it was a Texas-themed guitar, I got it the Lone Star strap, so it kind of fits all together. But nothing too crazy. But now to show the awful truth behind this. Now, like how on Faith, I was using the mint green guard for the back, I decided just to make this dark back here. Instead of putting like a white guard like you normally see, I decided just to give it a black one. I figured it looked better with color. So for the guitar itself is actually, you know, the body and neck's in good shape. As you can see there, I got 3 springs working, but how do I have them in there? And again, I'm using wood screws. And you could tell, even though I bought Fender genuine parts, for some reason this was not built to Fender spec. So again, you could tell it's basically a Squire. And then, you know, the ever truth, there you go. So you can look that up and ridicule me for rebuilding this guitar. And, you know, but, you know, technically it's not Fender, but it's not a Squire anymore since I had to rewire it, so it's my own creation. Those are my initials, so all of you going, oh, if he's knowing what's HSJ? Well, those who really know me know what that is. So, haha. But yeah, there's the serial number. But like I said, you know, like I said, I think it has the cheap tuners on it. That's why I don't feel like Faith was given much love with the tuner department. But, you know, it's a beautiful guitar. I really enjoy playing it. It's one of my favorites, actually. But because everyone's all, oh, we only play 440, or standard tuning, you know, and I like keeping this one in odd tunings. You know, it doesn't really get to see much, you know, the live circuit. So Faith is more the show guitar, I guess. But, you know, if I ever do get famous or whatever, you'll be able to hear Glory sing. So in a sense, I'll be able to show you Glory as long as I keep Faith by doing everything that everyone wants me to do. And once I've done that and I have the freedom to do whatever the hell I want, I could show you the glory that I have from my hard work. Faith and glory. That's what you gotta have, man. You gotta have faith in order to have glory. So these two sisters rock it out with each other. But overall, it's a simple guitar. It's beautiful. Nothing too crazy. Don't make fun of my Hurricane Harvey pillow. That was my pillow I rested on when I volunteered for like 10 days out of the NRG. Because I lived a block away, so I was helping everyone out of 5th Ward, and like Katie survived the flood. And that was the pillow I laid on. So it's a good memory of always staying humble. Never getting too ahead of yourself in your day. Or thinking that life's that bad, and then you get to think about how, well, in the flood, I got to have, you know, Retro and Faith and Glory safe and sound on the 3rd floor in downtown Houston. So again, with all the hurricanes and the troubles and natural disasters of the world, you have to look at how lucky you are sometimes. But Glory here was basically the first start of me going, ah, shit, let me see if I give music a try again. After basically I was defeated after losing my son after he got shot by the police. But all in all, that's glory. Nothing too crazy. Oh, the string gauge. Believe it or not, I was actually decided to do a weird test between JHS and Ernie Balls. This one has Ernie Balls on it. I'm actually using, well, in fact, I'll show you the musician's cabinet that I have. Ooh. I even got bass strings in here. Let's see, I was saying now I have the polywebs. I restrung this recently, and so I think I was using the Slinky heavy bottoms on them for a second, but I do believe, well, I know for a fact that I'm not using those. I will try to find what I am actually using, because I know I got it somewhere. Here we are. I do know, guitar player, you're always gonna have extra fucking strings. Yeah, I'm using you guys. These are the strings I'm using on it currently. Believe it or not, it's kind of hard to find, like, 60 gauge low E's, but I am using the beefy Slinkies because what this has were the strings I had on it originally, and I restrung it. So, but yeah. Aha, I am using 11s on Faith. So that is a confirmation there. So, but yeah, other than that, extra cables and shit and everything that a guitar player needs to be cool. That's a microphone. And then, yes, I know I got these here, but these were given to me for free, and I've been keeping them for when I do guitar works and people want new strings. And I'm like, oh, you didn't bring new strings? They're like, nope. I was like, cool, you get 9s. But, but yeah, that's glory there. And then, the humblest of humblest keeping me together and staying focused. Other than that, thank you for watching.